Hey guys, so I wanted to do my bump date. This will be my 30-week bump date. Sorry that I'm always filming in bed, but yeah, today I've just been extra uncomfortable. I have good days and bad days. Some days I feel somewhat good to where I can get up and do a little bit here and there. The doctor said I could do a few things like on the nursery and stuff like that. I can't leave the house. Um, so yeah, but today I'm bedridden. I just don't feel good. So I'll get into that a little bit later. But I hope that some of you guys got to see my nursery video. It's the one before this. Um, yeah, I was excited to film that because it's something that having a nursery is just very surreal. I have always dreamt of, decorating a nursery. So it's the little things when you battle infertility. So yeah, I was excited to share that with all you guys. And then I did re-upload the video. I had made a couple comments in my video. I wanted to kind of clear it up. I had said in my video that, I didn't want babies that depended on me. Some people took that literally, like I didn't, that came out wrong. I read it, pregnancy brain. I listened to it and I was like, no, that's not what I actually mean. I know babies, of course, depend on you. Kids, they depend on you, till they're 18, right? Who knows, even after that. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that I know some people have a technique with sleeping. Some people put babies in their beds with a little sleeper, which is fine. I have friends that do that and it works out good. But, I do from experience, I've seen that babies that sleep in bedrooms, sometimes, not all the time, it's harder for them to sleep away from the parents. So it's just what I've seen personally with, babies that are in my life and my friends' babies and so on. So I just wanted to clear the air on that I didn't mean, I don't want a baby to be dependent on me. That's not what I meant at all. Some people messaged me and were kind of laughing at me and saying good luck with that. And I don't know, I just feel like that's kind of not hurtful, but rude. Because it's like, I don't know, I said it wrong. And, I think that all mothers should be trying to, make soon-to-be mothers feel that, they can do it and, not make them scared, I guess. I've had a few instances with some friends and family and stuff like that, people saying, good luck, you're gonna, just, it doesn't really sit well with me. So, yeah, I just wanted to clear the air on that I didn't mean that I didn't want a dependable baby. Of course, they're going to be dependent on me. My mom, I did say in the video, my twin brothers, she got them to sleep in their crib after a month, and they were on a schedule, no problem, and they were fine with being away from my mom, and she'd go in and she would feed them, and then put them back in their crib and go back to her bed. So that's just the technique that I want to follow by. Everyone has their own way of doing it, and that's my way, and I have my hopes. Of course, I could have super colicky, refluxy babies, I'm hoping I don't, but it could happen, and I'm gonna take whatever comes my way. I know it's gonna be hard, regardless, if I have E's baby or not, because I have two. I'm dealing with two babies here, so I'm a little scared. I have my moments of being nervous because I see fellow mothers having trouble with one, and I'm like, I get scared. I get a little scared, so I know that it's going to be ultra hard with two, even though it's still hard with one, of course. So anyways, I just wanted to clear the air on that I didn't mean it like that. Some people were messaging me and I ended up taking the video down. I'm like, I just redid it. I took that part out. So yeah, I have my my way that I hope to do it and my technique, and it will probably definitely change, I'm sure, once the babies are here. I'll get to know my babies, and what they need, and it will probably change. But I'm just talking. I'm a soon-to-be mom. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm sure some moms listen to me and they're like, she has no idea what she's talking about. And I get it. I definitely recognize that I really have no idea what I'm talking about. So it's just my plan and what I hope to do, and I'm sure 90% sure that it will change when my babies get here. So, but I was just kind of talking about what I hope to do when they're here, and some people just kind of laughed at it, and I just didn't sit well with me. So I took it off just because I didn't want to get more comments like that. So yeah, I wanted to clear the air on that and explain why I said that, and to not take that literally. So yeah, on with my bump date. Okay, so it's now the next day. When I was doing that first part of the video, it was yesterday, obviously, around 1 o'clock. And my parents ended up coming over, so I couldn't finish the rest of the bump date video. So it's now Sunday, and I figure I'll finish the video. So, yeah, let's see where to start. So I am now 31 weeks and 3 days today. So my 30 weeks, I wanted to kind of do just a video on my 30 weeks because it was quite eventful. So, yeah, I'll jump right into it. Symptoms. I'm having a lot of symptoms, you guys. I'm very, I guess my number one symptom right now is, I think it's ligament pain. I'm not sure what I'm feeling, but I feel like a pinching feeling down. It's going to be all TMI, basically. So if you don't like to listen to gross things, don't listen to this. But it's in my groin area, and it feels like pinching nerves. I sometimes think it's my bladder, but I don't think it is. I'm not really sure, but it's very sharp feeling. And at night I feel it a lot. During the day I feel it randomly. And I feel like it's because I have to go pee, but I try and go and nothing comes out. So I really don't know. I think that my baby girl is super low down there. She's been low for a very long time. She sits very low. So I know that they're both head down. And in ultrasounds, I see that her head's right there by my cervix. Like, she is ready to come into the world. She's been ready. So, her head's always bumping right on my cervix. It was terrible when she was breached because she was kicking my cervix. And I think I posted something about it that I felt like I was getting electrocuted down there. So she's super low. So yeah, I'm having these pinching feelings in my groin area. I don't know. I think it's ligament pain. I don't know because I've had it before, but now it's getting really intense. So I feel like it's because I'm getting bigger. Maybe things are expanding more. Ow, it just happened right now. Things are expanding more. So I'm figuring it's just growing pains. I'm not sure what it is, but anyways, it's been bugging me the last 3 days. And at night it's really painful. So, I'm always doing like pelvic tilts and things like that, and that helps relieve some of the pain. So yeah, that's kind of one of my number one symptom right now. That's kind of a new one, actually. After I eat, I find that I'm very uncomfortable. So eating these days is not fun. I am just not very comfortable. Sorry, I'm gonna have to drink some water. Yeah, I want to eat because I'm hungry. But when I eat just like 2 or 3 bites of something, I'm like full and I can't eat anymore. So he's right against my stomach. He's like literally right here, like right in my rib cage, which brings me to breathing. It's hard to breathe these days. That's a huge symptom is breathing it's just like a chore now. Randomly throughout the day, I will just have to lay down and get my breath, catch my breath. So, yeah, he gets all nice and snuggled into my rib cage sometimes, and it's hard to breathe. So that's one of my big symptoms. It kind of started weeks and weeks ago, I think like around 24, 25 weeks. And it's slowly gotten worse and worse. Just, I think the bigger he gets. He's really big. He's a big baby. He's already past 4 pounds. He could be close to 4.5 to 5 pounds now. He's huge for a 31 weeker. Even the doctors were a little concerned how big he was compared to his sister. She's right on track, a little over 3 pounds, which was where a 31 weeker should be, I think. So they were kind of concerned about the weight difference between them, and they thought maybe it could be a placenta issue with her. So that's something kind of I worry about, but I have an appointment next week, and they're going to measure them, so I'm hoping that she's caught up with him. So, yeah, he is big. He's a big boy. So, and their weight already equal to almost 8 pounds, maybe even more now, because I have 2 placentas. Doctor said those weigh a lot, and then all the fluids. So I'm full term size right now. So yeah, breathing, my groin pain, I think it's ligament pain, I don't know. Peeing a lot, of course, that's nothing new. I pee all the time. I probably pee maybe 6 times at night. On a good night, maybe 3 or 4 times. But I am up a lot at night, and now it's really hard to get out of bed, so I just kind of roll over like a whale. I feel just big, and I waddle. My husband thinks it's funny how I waddle, so back's really hurting me, so I do the whole hand in the back of my hip. So I definitely have the pregnant walk down. Yeah, he's on my right upper side, and so my right upper back hurts. So I think it's from him moving sometimes when I get full. If I eat too much, if I eat just too much, I pay for it for a good 2 hours, 3 hours, because I have to wait for it to digest, because my stomach, if it gets anywhat full, I'm in pain because he's right against my stomach. I've almost actually like had vomit come up. Like I could feel it come up and then it'll go back down from him kicking it. So yeah, heartburn. I've had a little bit of that. That's kind of kicked up in the last few days. I haven't had a lot this whole pregnancy, which I'm very surprised about, because I know a lot of people deal with that when pregnant very early, and I haven't really. I've had some indigestion here and there, but it's been pretty doable. I mean, I do have it. It started kicking up the last week at night, but I drink some water and it goes away, and I have these, I don't like Tums. I don't take actual Tums, but they're this other brand that are a little bit more better for you. And they're antacids, and I take 3 of those or 4 of those if I need it, and it gets rid of it. It goes away pretty quickly. So yeah, I have that under control. What else? Cravings. Yes, I'm craving a lot of foods, but I just can't eat a lot. I can't eat anything spicy. No way. I'll pay for it. I can't eat like Italian food. I'm Italian, so I crave it all the time. I want it all the time. And it's hard because the tomatoes and yeah, sweets, chocolate. Oh my God, this whole pregnancy, chocolate. That's all I want. And if I'm going to have chocolate during the day, I have to have it early on in the day, because at night it will cause heartburn or indigestion. So, I'm trying to think what else. I know I have more symptoms than this. I have so many symptoms. Morning sickness has come back a little bit. I don't like to call it morning sickness. Pregnancy nausea, because it does happen all throughout the day. My first trimester, when I had morning sickness, it was all day, every day. So I don't know why they call it morning sickness. Pregnancy nausea is what I call it. So, yeah. So that's come back a little bit, not as bad as my first trimester when I was vomiting, but it has its bad moments, but I'm not on medications like I was in the first trimester. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I'm feeling lots of kicks. They're huge. They just, when they move, my body moves, and it's painful now. The movements are painful. I just kind of like cringe a little bit. Of course, I love it. I love it. I love when I feel them. I do. I love it, and I'll sit there and just kind of like just enjoy it. But for the most part now, there's not a lot of room in there, so they're not moving a lot. And when they do, it's just quick movements, and then they're done for a while. But I do feel them kind of twitch, and they get hiccups at the same time. And when they do get the hiccups, I'm gonna have to get that on camera because my whole stomach just goes, it like jerks when they both get the hiccups at the same time. So yeah, she's very squirmy. He just does big little movements, and his head will feel like this big ball. Like, oh, I think that's his head or his butt or something. But yeah, it's cool. I love feeling the movements. That's something that I always, of course, looked forward to, and it's definitely a very unique feeling and experience when you feel them kick and move. So I love that. One thing that has been happening to me this past week, I've been having lots of mucus come out, and I did a post on it asking people to private message me. I didn't want to some people private message me. I didn't want to post a picture of it because I did take a picture of a lot of mucus that came out of me, and I thought it was my mucus plug, and a lot of women were saying, yes, that's your mucus plug. But it was a little bit. It wasn't the whole thing. So that's happened maybe 3 or 4 times since then, just a little bit. It's like a whitish, yellowish color. I had once a little teeny bit of pink in it. So the doctor, pink meaning blood, the doctor, I'm able to reach my doctor 24/7, which is awesome. He's the best doctor. If you're living in the San Diego area, go to Dr. Donishmond. He's at Sharp. He's a high-risk doctor, so you have to be high risk. But he is amazing. I love him. So, yeah, I've been talking to him every day. He checks in on me, actually. It's awesome. And I told him about the mucus, and he said, yeah, it could be. It happens. He said, I guess that with twins, it can happen. And he also said that he's seen whole mucus plugs come out at like 20 weeks, and women have to get induced at 40 weeks. So he said it can regenerate, rebuild back up. So he said, don't worry about it. If the whole thing comes out, let me know, and we'll just be cautious of it and maybe check you out. But so far, not the whole thing has come out, just little bits and pieces. So I'm slowly kind of losing my mucus plug. So that kind of happened. That was a little worrisome, but now he doesn't seem worried about it. And he basically said, be worried if you have 6 or more contractions in an hour and your water fully breaks. That's what he told me. So he said, you go into the hospital if those things happen. So, yeah, he's just, I ask him all these questions about the ligament pains, all these pains I'm having. And he's like, no, you're fine. You're pregnant with twins. Twins are painful. You're pregnant. So he puts my mind at ease all the time. It's great. One thing that has definitely kicked up big time is contractions. I've been dealing with Braxton Hicks contractions since maybe 19, 20 weeks. They started. At first, I did not know what it was. I thought something was wrong with me. They're very uncomfortable. They're now really uncomfortable. Yeah, my uterus, he just said, is growing very rapidly. With 2 babies, it's going to be irritated and irritable. So I'm having maybe 2 an hour, or maybe even more, or 3 all day. I have a lot of contractions all day long. So I'm on medication, nifedipine, to help calm down my uterus, calm down the contractions. He said we might have to up it. So when I see him next week, he's going to check everything out. I might have to get a higher dose of it. So, yeah, contractions are not fun. They're very, very painful. I don't really even know if they're Braxton Hicks. I think they're stronger than Braxton Hicks, I think. And from what I heard, from what he explained to me, they are. So I guess just with twins, it's just uterus is growing super fast. more so than singles in pregnancy. So you're going to feel it more. It's going to be a little more painful. So, yeah, contractions sometimes, maybe 2 or 3 days a week. I have a night where I'm just out. I have to lay in bed the whole night. Usually I go from my bed to my couch in my living room. Those are my two spots every day, all day. So, and bathroom. So yeah, some nights when I'm having a good night, I'll go out there with my husband and we'll watch movies. But most nights I stay in my bed and I try to just pass out and just get to the next day. That's really my days. I just want to get to the next day and just get through this time. Bed rest. I've been on bed rest for, it's going to be over 2 months. It's been hard. It's been hard, bed rest. It's definitely not fun. It's not easy. And I know I'm talking to a lot of moms to be that are on bed rest. So we all talk to each other and cheer each other up. And, it's not easy. It's not easy being on bed rest. So, I daydream about, going to Bye Bye Baby and buying more baby things. And I just want to go to dinner with my husband. And there's just so many things I daydream about and I want to do. So, it's hard. It's really hard. And holidays are coming up and, yeah, you want to do things. So, yeah, that's really been a challenge for me is bed rest it's been hard. So, but I'm getting through it. And, one day I'm going to look back on this time and just be like, wow, I'm very proud of myself for trucking through this. It's definitely made me very strong, and I'm very proud of myself for just getting through it. I have really bad days where I'm just very angry, and then I have good days where I'm just like, okay, let's get through the day. And I'm reading a lot of books, mommy books. I can't take classes on, baby classes like most parents can do. So I've been having little moments where I'm a little scared. I don't feel prepared at all. I don't even really breastfeeding, which I plan on trying to do with twins. I know it's kind of hard, but I plan to do that, and I have no idea how it all goes. I'm taking it as I'll learn when I'm in the hospital, and nurses will teach me, and maybe we can take classes. We're in the hospital. I am doing C-section for sure. So I figure I'll be there for a good 3 or 4 days healing. And I can take the opportunity to maybe maybe someone can come to me and teach me things. I don't know. Ow. She's moving right now. So yeah, sorry. She moves and it hurts so bad, my poor bladder. So what was I even talking about? Yeah, I don't feel prepared at all. But it's okay. Everyone keeps saying you're going to learn as you go, and I know I will, but it's just, you still want to be prepared, and I'm very like a person that I like to be prepared for things. So it's hard for me at times, being a first-time mom. I'm nervous, and on top of that, 2 babies, I'm nervous. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with it. That's all I can do, really. So yeah, I'm trying to read as many baby books as I can. I'm reading a lot of twin books because, I try and take advice. There's people in my life that give me advice, but it's nice to hear advice on twins because, you do things a little bit differently. So I'm trying to read a lot of twin books. I'm trying to listen to my mom, who raised my brothers that were twins. She knows so much about it. So she's going to be my little person I go to. She's going to help me a lot. So yeah, I'll get it down eventually. But so yeah, I've been going through that, just a little scared and not prepared. And one cool thing is I never had my baby shower. So my husband is going to try and put on something for me. the weekend after Thanksgiving. Hopefully I make it till then. It's just kind of like an on the whim thing. At our house, I obviously will just be sitting on the couch the whole time. I can't be up and walking around really. But you know, I'm so thankful that my mom and my husband are going to try and do that for me, which I'm very grateful for them doing that, because that's something that I really wanted. And we were going to do it after the babies get here, but I'm like, we're going to be so crazy busy once the babies get here. I don't know when we'll have a chance to. I need so many things. So, yeah, I'm just like, let's try. So we're going to have a little party here with whoever can make it that were invited to my original big, huge baby shower. We're going to have this huge baby shower out in wine country by my house. It was going to be gorgeous. Brunch, huge thing. We had to cancel that. That was October 14th. So, yeah, we invited all the same people, and I'm sure not everyone's going to be able to make it because it's so random, but, yeah, we're going to try. So, and who knows where we'll be then. I'm hoping I'll be home still. So, yeah, we're going to try that out, which I'm excited about. And some people have asked me what they think of when they think the babies are going to be here. So I wanted to kind of talk about that. Doctors think I'll make it to 34 to 35 weeks. They don't think 36, 37 weeks is in the cards for me, just because they see how big the babies are already. They don't think my uterus can hold that much weight. Eventually it will give out. So they are thinking 34, 35 weeks, probably second week of December, I'm thinking. So yeah, that's what they're thinking, which is great. You know, they'll probably have still a little NICU time, but, yeah, we're trying to avoid Christmas. I told my doctor, can we please avoid Christmas? And he said, you know, we're going to do what we can do. I'm going to talk to him and see if, I don't know if we can schedule something. He had mentioned that we could talk about that. So yeah, I don't take my word for that. I still need to talk to him and see the deal with that. It's hard because I don't really have a date to look forward to. I'm just kind of like waiting. I don't really know what's going on. So, yeah, that's the deal with that. Some people are asking me about that. So, yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to clear up with you guys is, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I was in labor and delivery last week, I think. It was a while ago. I think it was a week ago. Pregnancy brain is real, you guys. It's real. So yeah, I just wanted to clear the air on that. Some people were asking exactly what happened. I did a couple Instagram videos and I didn't really explain why I went into labor and delivery. So I wanted to kind of go over that. I know the video's getting long, but hey, it's okay. So it was that day I had to go to the dentist. It was an emergency dental appointment. So I was down in San Diego. My husband drove me down there, and he had to go to work, and then my mom came pick me up and then brought me back to where I live. It's about 30 minutes out from San Diego, North County. On our way back to my house, my mom's like, let's get lunch. So we went and got In-N-Out Burger. If you're from Southern California, you know what In-N-Out is. It's a famous fast food chain, hamburger fast food place. And if I ever eat fast food, it's In-N-Out. I'm not a big on fast food. I don't really eat it. I probably eat it maybe once a year or twice a year, and it's always In-N-Out. So yeah, we went and got a hamburger, and we came back to my house. My mom and me ate lunch, and then as I was laying, I went back, and I was tired and got back in bed, and she was cleaning the house and doing laundry and dishes and everything, and I didn't feel good after I ate, so I am like, okay, I'm gonna take a nap, and she left, and I ended up taking like a 4-hour nap. It was a really long nap. I ended up waking up because I felt super sick and really uncomfortable. Something just did not feel right. My husband was still at work, and he was on his way home, I think from up in LA or something, or Orange County. So I called him, like, where are you? Something's wrong. When are you gonna be home? And he said, I'll be there in like 10 minutes. So he got here. We tried drinking water. I was having lots of contractions, very, very painful, would not stop. nonstop, like definitely 6 in an hour, and bad lower back pain, which I hear is a sign of labor. So he's like, okay, have some water, drink some water, do the things that you did in the hospital that help calm your uterus down, your contractions. So I drank a bunch of water, sat on my left side, tried to relax, went to the bathroom, did all these things. I actually went number 2. Sorry, TMI, but usually after you go number 2, you feel better. Well, I felt worse after I went number 2, and I'm like, that's not right. So I'm like, we need to go to the doctors. I called my doctor actually, and he said, yeah, go to labor and delivery right by your house. Even though I'm delivering down in San Diego with him, there is a hospital here, but it's not as good. And so he's like, just go in there. If something's wrong, they'll ambulance you down. And so I went into labor and delivery here in my town, and they checked me out, and I wasn't in labor. It was a false alarm, but they did say something definitely irritated my body. Certain foods can make it was bad. Gas pains from the food. My intestines were all messed up. I do have IBS, and that was causing contractions and irritability. So, they kept me in the hospital for 2 or 3 hours checking me out. They did all these tests on me. They did a cervix swab to check for fluid. That came back negative, which was good. They checked for dilation. I wasn't dilated. They checked my urine. Nothing was in that. That was fine. They monitored the baby's heartbeats and contractions for a good almost 2 hours. That was fine and normal. They did see a lot of contractions, but they weren't labor contractions. So baby's hearts were fine and everything. So that was the deal with that. We ended up going home really late at night, and I learned my lesson. I'm like, I'm not eating any more bad food. I'm eating healthy. So that was very eventful, scary. It really kind of opened my eyes to wanting to be a little bit close to the hospital. I'm very far from my hospital, being in Temecula. I'm over an hour away. I told my husband last night, we need to figure out a way to get down there. My parents, I was staying with them, but they're still too far. I want to be closer to the hospital. So we might rent like an Airbnb down there and just be close, just in case. I mean, anything can happen any day, the doctor said. So yeah, that was a little bit of a wake-up call that I do want to be closer down there. It's great being home, but it's still scary because I'm very far from the hospital. So, and that was not fun. Even a 10-minute drive to the hospital here was hell. I was in so much pain. I was like almost vomiting. I felt terrible. So that was the story with that. People were asking me about it, and I never got to explain. So that was what happened. So now you guys know. I'm going to end the video because it's way too long. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'll do another bump date here soon. The next plan is I have my appointment on the 23rd next week. And also, I start doing stress tests 2 times a week. When you're high risk with twins, starting at 32 weeks, you go into the hospital weekly from here on out, 2 times a week to do stress tests. And I have that scheduled on the 27th, the last week of this month. So Monday and Thursdays, I do both those days. And they just hook me up for an hour and they watch everything. And I'm going to feel a lot better when I start doing that, because every day I'm truly like, is today the day? I don't know. So I'm kind of excited to start doing that. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Thanks so much for the support. I get so much great support on Instagram and here. Thanks so much for just listening to me vent at times. And yeah, I mean, the time's almost here. Babies are almost here. I can't believe it. I can't wait to kiss them and hold them, and it'll be the biggest sigh of relief when they're here. Battling infertility and going through pregnancy, it's like you truly haven't beat it until they're here, really. So once I hold them, I think I'll feel safe. So, yeah. Okay. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.